right, while I wait to connect with my guest, let me give you some bit of introduction into the topic we'll be discussing this morning. With upsetting judgments in Zamfara, Kano, and Plateau. That's before we, received news that the CTC of the appeal court judgment had meant something else. With upsetting judgments of the opposition, there are those who are beginning to say that there is a plot by the All Progressives Congress to engineer a one party state in Nigeria. This notion is being pushed especially by the People's Democratic Party. Well, the National Policy Secretary of the PDP, Debo Olugbeminiyi, had said this in his preliminary reaction to the verdict delivered on Sunday. Um, we, that's the Plateau State judgment in which the Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutrang was sacked by the appeal court, and the INEC was asked to give the certificate of return to the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Nonshe Goshwe. And Debolo Guagua said this is an attempt to eliminate the opposition using the judiciary. Well, this morning I'm meant to have a conversation with the chairman of the Interparty Advisory Council in Lagos State, Mr. Olusegun Jaiyeola. I'll be trying to connect with him, and hopefully we'll be able to connect with him in a moment to have this conversation. Definitely. But while we wait to connect with Mr. Jayola, you could do well to go to Facebook and tell me what you think. Do you indeed think that there is a plot whatsoever to engineer a one-party state in Nigeria? Well, it looks like I have Mr. Olusegun Jaiyeola joining me now via telephone. Good morning, Mr. Olusegun Jaiyeola. Yes, I am doing fine. Thank you for joining me on the program this morning. So let's look at first. Let's perhaps kick it off with the recent controversies, that are at play here in Lagos State. Mr. Funsho Duarte of the ADC calling out the APC. And the APC, that's the government of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu attempting to provide some sort of explanation in there. What do you think about all of these things? The governor in his comments appeared to suggest that some of these criticisms were mischievous. Do you see it in that light?
Well, criticism is part of the thing that the government of the day should expect. Though criticism from other political parties must be a constructive one, not the one that is meant to, cause rank or tear down the government. But when criticism is a positive one, the right side, the interest of the people, and for the government to be called in order to do the right thing, it's a good thing in government, because even the government of the day will know how to fight. They are watching, and they have an expectation which they must meet up. So when you talk of criticism is good, but basic government, put them on their toes to do the right thing. And concerning this particular one, you see, democracy is for everybody, irrespective of the party that win. If you win on the platform of the party, that does not mean that you hold the democracy. You only won on the platform of that party on behalf of the people. And you have an obligation, for people to enjoy the dividend of democracy. But there's no essence, for us to go out that day and say we vote, we want, and then you're only, favoring one set of people. You must do a thing that works for everybody. And that's what democracy and politics should be about. The interest of the people, the people that vote in the respect of political party or anything, or where they belong, is for the people.
But there are those who seem to suggest that the opposition is not doing enough in calling out some of the excesses of government where necessary. That it appears that the opposition is a bit docile. Let's hear your thoughts on that, because I know that you're a member of the YPP in Lagos State. You are an executive of that particular party, and it's interesting to note as to where do you stand in the scheme of things.
Well, as a political party, that is YPP, apart from my responsibility as a IPAC Chairman,
Yes.
from one point of view of political party, we also look forward to good governance. But at the same time, there's a process or way of doing things in such a way that you will not be seen to be like you are on the heavier side or you don't want the good of the nation. So, as I said earlier, whatever you want to do, it must be a constructive mode. You are right.
You said whatever you want to do must be what? We didn't get that. We didn't get that. You said whatever it is you want to do must be what?
He said criticism in any way must be positive.
Okay.
Must be the type that is constructive, not the one that is same as putting you like as if you are helpless or you are feeling pain that you are not the one in government. To the side of the political party calling out the government of the day, I can say truly enough is not being done because like everybody is holding arms too much to see okay what is going to let the just unfold. There is more that's expected from the part of every political party, to make sure that we are having a good governance from the the elected government of the day. So I can say truly we are not having enough of that as supposed to be. But I can say probably there's a reason that me, I'm also an IPAC Chairman. So I cannot just be I cannot just be coming out to say anything anyhow because I only not represent one people, but I also represent all the political body of all the political parties put together.
All right. So let's come to this conversation around the PDP suggesting that there is a scheme to foist a one-party state on Nigeria. What do you think about it? Is that something that worries you? Is that something that tends towards the reality based on what you can see going on in the political sphere now?
Yes. Actually, there's no way we can just turn Nigeria to a one-party system. Then what is made of INEC then? So, you see how about the registered political party, we are 18 before. Now, youth party has been approved 15, 19. So, if there's going to be a one-party system, I don't think all the, approved youth party again will be a 19 political party. So, they cannot become a one-party system. Sure. So, that particular notion is that it may be that the people are being raised. But it depends on the populace, on the electorate. So which direction do we want to go? Are we satisfied with one-party system? So we still have other political parties that are running functionally. We have our members, we have our people, and we are still running our political party. So there's no way we can have a one-party system. Even if there's tendency for the government of the to do that, I don't think the thing that's visible that can be done just like that, because people are not ready. Most of us are not ready to drop our parts. Because of the party, because of the government of the day.
So would you say that the PDP is raising a false alarm?
Yes, because if you look at it now, at Plateau, for example, YPP candidate is the one that became the Speaker of the House.
Yesterday.
Yes, just yesterday. So that is to tell you and to show to you that truly we are not moving towards one party system. Every party is trying to give this. We have other political parties that are in the system as well. In other states, we have the Labour, we have the NNPP. PDP is free to, if they see something that looks like, they are free to hear their opinion. But that does not mean that that's exactly what is happening. Because some of us are not ready for that. We want to run our party, we want our party to grow. We want a change of government. We want, the government of the day. If we have to have one party system, there's no more democracy, no more political. It's no more democratic. We cannot have the dividend of democracy. We're supposed to have it. And that's why we cannot go for direction. We can't allow that to happen.
All right. For those who are just tuning in, this conversation is going on with the chairman of the Interparty Advisory Council, who is also the vice chairman of the YPP, that's the Young Progressives Party in Lagos State, Mr. Olusegun Jaiyeola, Honorable Olusegun Jaiyeola, as you may have it. And we're looking at the conversation around the tendency to have a one-party state. But in Nigeria, as suggested by the PDP. But Mr. Jaiyeola, let's also look at it from this angle, and it is that in Lagos State, what you have had is a single party that has been in control from 1999 up until now. Yes, some would say, oh, there was the AD, but we know that the AD structure obviously gave birth to the APC in Lagos State. And maybe when they talk about a one-party state, maybe what they imply is that the semblance of what we have seen in Lagos State is what is being attempted at the federal level. Now, for you in Lagos State as a member of the opposition party, let's come to the question of uh, why do you think that no other party has been able to upset the APC in Lagos State?
If you talk of Lagos State, I can say Lagos State politics is somehow different from what we are having in other states. The politics in Lagos is somehow typical. Now, in Lagos State, there's a lot of intimidation. There's a lot, of a kind of pressure and veto power being used to suppress and to oppress other political parties. We cannot shy away from that.
By
Let me give you an instance. By the ruling party. Let me give you an instance. In the last local government election, somebody won on the platform of white people. The person of Afolabi as a councillor. Even APC had to take him to court on the ground that he was supposed to be APC member. He went to YPP. We won at the court for him, but the pressure on him is not even giving him the chance to be able to come out and say he's YPP because they are shocking him from all directions. In fact, at a point, he need to call us and plead with us that we should please take it easy with him because if we want him to succeed in his ambition, the pressure on him, as far as is concerned, is more than what he could bear. And we have to have some good understanding that okay, let's just pipe down because the pressure, that the ruling party in Lagos, APC, is the influence they are having on another political party, they are making use of everything within their power to suppress and to oppress other political. They don't want other political parties to come up. Despite that, we are still trying, we're still putting effort. Local government election is still coming. When we just come to the picture 2017, and if we can do to have at least a councillor in the last election, we are preparing towards another local government election because even what happened in the national is determined by the local government election. If we can cover more area in the area of councillor, local government, when the general election comes, we'll be able to cover more ground.
Well, you said if you're able to cover more ground, but you have just said that even the member that won under your party was almost choked, by all the pressure coming from all sides, and right now he is not being able to fully identify with your party. What gives you the confidence that you would even have any sort chance of even producing a winner in the next election?
We are doubling our efforts. We know what is on ground, and we are putting all efforts together to make sure we challenge it. That is why we are doing a lot of underground work, because we know that it is from the grassroots we can get. So if we have more councillors, if we have like 10, 15, 20 councillors, the pressure being mounted on them, the resistance will be higher than one person. You understand? So that is our aim, that if we have more people, if we have more people that are being voted in and won, the pressure on them, the resistance will be higher than what we are having. And if we can stand a ground, you see, we are not relaxing. We don't allow that one to put us down or to discourage us. Rather, it has given us more strength to forge ahead and do better and come out stronger. And I know other political parties who are doing the same thing. I'm sure preparation is being on a high tier on other parties too, because we all want Lagos political system to be a kind of an assorted one that have the state assembly must have other political parties.
So let us get a proper understanding of what you're saying. So what you're saying is that you are depending on the people to perhaps vote for the other opposition parties in hopes that when you have more persons win the polls, then there won't be so much pressure by the ruling party. But there will be more resistance to the pressure than when it is few. Okay, but don't also forget that at the state level, because now you have said that the ruling party in the state, is putting in a lot of pressure. Interestingly, a man that has been considered as the godfather of politics in Lagos State, and who a lot of people assume, would give approval to some of the things that happen with the political party, is now at the helm of affairs in at the federal level. So how sure are you, because you said the PDP has raised the false alarm, so how sure are you that there won't be more pressure now that the ruling party has full control at the federal level?
I'm not saying there will not be pressure. That's why I said we are doubling our efforts so that if we become stronger, the resistance to that pressure will be more stronger, will increase. And that means we will be able to stand our ground better. We are not saying there will be no more. I know they are also planning to exert more pressure. They may be planning even to take over and make it one party system. I'm not ruling that out. But what I'm telling you is that we are putting effort come together to stand, to resist that and not allow it to be. We expect more pressure, but they should also expect that we also put more effort to resist that, so that we can have what I call a sorted political and democratic system in Lagos, where we have other political parties in the state assembly, in the local government, and as councillor.
Okay, are there talks of in putting together this effort? Are there talks of a merger here with some parties in Lagos State? Because already we've seen the PDP propose that at the federal level in talks with NNPP and also the Labour Party. Right here in Lagos State, is there any conversation of that kind going on?
I'll tell you the truth. There's something like that going on. That's part of the effort. That's part of the strategy we are doing, because we know one single party may not be able to stand the kind of a power and pressure that is coming from them. So we also are looking forward to form alliance, to come together and see how we can fight this battle together. To take some ground. It cannot just belong to one party. Lagos is not one party system or one man's land. It is for everybody. We are in a democratic system, and we must allow democracy to thrive. So, a kind of a sane and a working political system. And that is the problem that we are having. But as I said earlier, even IPAC as a whole, we are the presence of IPAC is making that activity of that political party to receive more energy, encourage them more to do more, so that this thing we are talking about can really manifest.
Okay, just before I let a lot of people come in, 0805 5888 192, 0805 5888 192, or 0805 5888 193, 0805 5888 193 for people who would like to join the conversation. Okay, well, we have a caller. Let me just connect.
How are you, my brother?
Yes, good morning to you.
We have Ambassador Musbao here.
Ambassador Musbao, good morning to you.
How are you?
Yes.
And good morning to your guest over there.
Yes, I can hear you, I
we
believe.
need to tell ourselves the truth. The political party in Nigeria, they are easy. There's the opportunity comes but once. No, before, the PDP as the largest party, political party, and APC collapsed. There are many parties collapsed together. Their structure are put together to defeat APC. For the CPC, many parties were under CPC, that's ANPP, and other parties come together. They're not able to defeat PDP at that time. But when Action Congress and other parties come together, they're able to defeat PDP. We have this opportunity in 2023. We have Labour Party, we have PDP. Supposing they could together at that time, there won't be any political party as the president called APC today.
All right,
but
thank you.
They failed.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Musbao. Mr. Olusegun, I hope you got that comment. Hello.
Hello?
Mr. Olusegun, I hope you got that comment from Ambassador Musbao.
In fact, I didn't hear you very well. That's why I was like waiting. Maybe you just make me hear what you say.
Okay. It was perhaps affirming that it would be difficult to unseat a ruling party without a merger, and it was referring to how the CPC, AD, and a number of other parties had to merge to form the APC to unseat the PDP that was at a point in Nigeria the ruling party in the country. All right, 0805 5888 192, 0805 5888 192, or you can try 0805 5888 193. Let's take this comment on Facebook. Adida Molla Odenike is saying about one ruling party, PDP should stop saying it because it started from them. When Obasanjo was there as president, they were not a good example. One ruling party, when PDP and AD were dragging it, then APC, we were nowhere to be found. So PDP should stop complaining. Okay, all right. Drawing from experiences, in the 2023 elections, Honorable Jaiyeola, what do you think are the changes that need to be made as soon as possible for us to have a more credible electoral process?
Well, there's a lot to be done. Now, the kind of one of them is that the kind of financial power available to the ruling party and how they are using it selfishly is making it, difficult even for this what I'm talking about to happen. Because now we have become, our political system has been monetized so much that the kind of money in their possession, it is difficult to be able to tackle them. INEC should come up with a kind of system. I mean, there was a time they used to give support, to some other parties as well, but they stopped it. I think it was stopped in the time of Obasanjo. I think there should be a standard, a well-set standard in the area of, political party campaigning and finance. I don't think that credible stuff can. It's possible, but with this present government, I don't see the possibility of people being sincere about government funds, public fund, and personal fund when it comes to campaign. But if that cannot be resolved, let there be a way that other political party, their new candidates, will get some support financially as well.
Support from who or from where?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you that from where? Because I understand that previously, yes, I think I remember that INEC used to provide support to political parties.
Exactly.
But
and it used to come from the federal government as well, from the government.
Yes.
There's no support that can come apart from the government to INEC.
But let's think about it, Honorable Jaiyeola. The way a party should run is that you have a committed set of members who are able to make contributions. You ask for donations. There are those who pay, remit regular fees to political parties, and it is expected that this should be where the party should be able to provide funds to support its members. What is happening to that? Is it that parties no longer have the capability to be able to get its members to do their own duties?
I'll tell you, under a normal democratic system, under a normal political system, that is functional, that is applicable. But what we have now is far from being the normal. Because, I said once again, as I said earlier, because of the financial power available to the ruling party and how it is, their system of using that particular thing to carry that in such a way that the political system has been monetized. Let's not deceive ourselves. We should be realistic now. So much. The people that you are calling your member that are supposed to support and contribute towards you at the time of election, and because of the situation of the country, the level of poverty, the level of suffering, the level of the way things are, any little money you're able to offer to somebody to dash to your tune, they will do. Sometimes you can't blame them. Because when somebody has been too hungry and too much in a need that is at the point of misbehaving, a little thing you offer that person will want to dance to your tune. You understand? So that is the thing. This financial aspect is a major problem in our political system. Let's be realistic. So much that even new parties that are coming up, if they don't have a particular kind of money, they cannot run politics successfully. And that is what the ruling party has turned the political system to. And that is why I said this. And secondly, even if that is the case on its own, let the INEC adopt a system that will make, voting and counting of votes a more reliable and credible, at least up to 70, 80. If we have 80% efficient, voting and counting system, it will help other political parties that still have some people that vote for them.
All right.
But INEC also is not massive. Technology adopted is still very porous, very susceptible to, manipulation. And these are the things that we need to work on. It is possible to adopt a system that can make the election credible when it comes to counting votes and releasing results. We can do it, but the government of the day, are they ready to channel the fund towards making that possible? If the fund released to INEC, are they ready to channel it toward that direction? The chairman of INEC, who exactly is he? Who is ready to favor everybody or to favor the people that are appointing there or those that are giving appointments? There's a lot of factors, underlying factors that we need to deal with. But if you can have a credible IPAC that runs election that's ready to give us a platform, a credible platform that can be at least 70-80% effective, reliable, and credible, I tell you, the system will change. People, let's put financial aspect aside. There are some people that are ready to volunteer and do and vote, for who the person of their choice. But the manipulation, the porosity of our system has made manipulation too easy to do. And this is the thing. So it lies more on INEC.
All right, we're still expecting calls from members of the public. Apologies when your calls came in initially. I couldn't interject, but yes, you can keep the calls coming at 0805 5888 192 or 0805 5888 193. You could also try +234 8099 931 931. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning to you. What's your name and where are you calling from? Your name? Sorry, we didn't get your name. Can you go over it again? Okay. All right. Go on, sir.
All right. Yeah. You again, you spoke about the alliance other parties, so they can be able to challenge the local government and the state government in an upcoming election. And that is really beautiful because when we are talking about federal, we talk about the PDP allegation about the want to take the country in party system. And in Lagos State, you also talk about the pressure, the experience they had on a councillor, just a councillor that the YPP have in the last election. And that is why we can't find it for them. It's happening everywhere, not just only Lagos State. You cannot have a councillor, just a councillor, out of the many councillors in various local governments around Lagos State. Say the guy is not good and join others.
All right.
But let them challenge. I love that. But what I want to say about the application about the state government buying all the big ideas because of when they are doing election.
All right, Mr. Gwenga, please make it a bit snappy. Yes.
Let me just make this. If there is more that they want to visit people from there, how can they even make provision for such budget? Because we don't have electricity in every of our neighborhoods.
All right.
And I don't know what Lagos government wants to use chargeable land,
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Gbenga. We have to let you go. Sincere apologies. Please ensure that you keep it on the 1 minute. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, you can do well to call back. Apologies, I don't know why we couldn't get that audio. 0805 5888 192, or you can go to Facebook at Adamimogo 931 FM and do well to drop your comments or questions. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio set, please. All right, go on. All right, Mr. Dewale, go on.
The problem that we have in this country is only those that can pay us. They are complaining about PDP. PDP are not doing they are not doing as APC administration are doing now. This APC administration is clearing.
Please, there's a lot of noise from where you are. Please, completely turn off the radio set, please.
It's very clearing that APC wants to turn Nigeria to one party.
Okay.
Let us take our Nigeria. The next election, they should please and make sure that we set Nigeria in all these lanes.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Olusegun, I hope you had some of the comments.
But you know the line was changed.
Okay. I
Summarize it.
think obviously it's a mixture of opinions. Some agreeing that the APC looks like it indeed wants to enshrine a one-party state, and some others also commending a possible alliance among political parties to unseat, to distort that plan. That is, if any of it exists. But I was going to, perhaps I should pose this as the final question before I let you go this morning. And it is about, yes, you have highlighted some of the things that must be done for us to have more credible polls and to also provide a level playing field for political parties. But let's look at the question of the credibility of those who occupy the top offices at the electoral umpire. At the resident, for the State Independent Electoral Commission, there are those who suggest that political parties simply ruling parties simply appoint their own patrons or appoint, people that are their allies to occupy such offices and thereby favor them. At the federal level, we've seen some bits of that play out. There are about two of them, who were recently screened and confirmed as resident electoral commissioners, who were linked to certain political parties. At the Interparty Advisory Council level, what are you doing to ensure that there is indeed credibility, on the part of those who should be occupying those electoral offices so that that can perhaps translate to credible polls?
Well, on our home part, I will tell you we are, advocating and putting effort, holding different meetings and consultation with the National Assembly, the judiciary, to implement the property. As IPAC, we have our own level of operation and code of conduct that limits us to what we can do. We can only provide advice and make advocacy, but to implement it, we have to depend on the judiciary, on the executive, on the people, the lawmakers to make it, manifest. And if this is being dominated by a particular party or the ruling party, as we say, I don't see the ease or the possibility of, implementing a kind of a policy that will, work against your own personal desire with which you have been, enjoying a particular office according to your own way of doing things. If only we can be less partial, less, selfish, we can be more selfless when it comes to political office, it will help our democracy to thrive. It will help us to be able to have good leadership system that will enhance, and encourage, economic growth and a better nation that we all are yearning for. But you see, if the leader at the top there, we are not getting it right, it will be very difficult. IPAC is really advocating, putting all efforts, trying to hold different meetings, both at the state and federal level with the executive and judiciary. But we need them to respond. Their response determines, it will show that we are really doing something. If they didn't respond, if they still suppress all that we are doing, then it will look as if we are not. But we will not give up. We should keep doing. We keep continuing until we achieve at least, if not all, most of our aims.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you, Honorable Olusegun Jaiyeola, Chairman of the Interparty Advisory Council in Lagos State and Vice Chairman of the Young Progressives Party, YPP. Thank you very much. Do have a pleasant day.
And same here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's take one or two more comments just before I bring the show to an end this morning. 0805 5888 192 0805 5888 192 or 0805 5888 193 0805 5888 193. Those are the two numbers to call this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, no.
Yes.
Please, is that Adani
Yes, this is Adam Mogo 93.1 FM. This is the follow-up.
Okay. Sorry, I want to know which time that motor they said you go stay for your
all right. You may keep listening, but you get details of that later. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Sam, I will calm myself lucky because don't let me end my talking there.
Well, you know that
Mr. Tony Iwoye, NPP, there is a crime at the National Assembly. The National Assembly comprised the political party that it was the ruling party, and the other party called itself minority. If you are a Labour Party, you cannot be the principal, what we call the principal whip or whatever, or minority. In the presence of PDP, is not fighting Senate President. If the Senate President is among of them to bring another person forward, then forward their paper and Senate President can be able to lead it to the floor. Then decide it in order. If they are not there, before the decision, that is what it's supposed to say. We just crying for nothing. Because PDP will not allow them to be a principal on top of them. Then they check that one out. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Odunuga. I want you to note that, well, it is not my intention. Usually, calls come in and we try to take as many of them as possible. Well, thank you to everybody who has been listening. Thank you to everybody who has commented